Of course, there is a chance that you waste it, but I take that chance because I prefer making a painting with the risk that I wasted above painting a composition without any risk, and then I know I will succeed in painting all those bicycles, but it will be so boring and so slowly and not honest to the way I have seen it.
Art in the Making, a podcast about the making process.
Yeah, I like this one. I'm almost there. In the beginning I was in doubt if this size wouldn't be too small for this complex composition. There is plenty of things, balconies, countless windows, cars, people, lanterns, traffic lights, the rails, the tram rails. But it really works out well in this size. It all glues together in the same fast signature. I'm grateful for those cables in the air, because the blue sky would have become a strange blue triangle in this composition. The kind of light I could describe easily as a crispy light. It must become a crispy light effect. I use the word crispy because it always makes me think this kind of light, and I mean that light in the morning, the late afternoon, when the sun hasn't reached the highest level yet, and then it just strikes over the people and it hits the lanterns, the fences and so on, and it's already bright enough to hit it really hard, and the reflections are almost yellow but already bright white, and everything shows this hard crispy reflection, and it feels really crispy in my mouth. I can feel that. It makes me think of the bakeries who are baking pastries, and then they pour sometimes a certain sauce over it. It has to get iced in the fridge, and then they let it become, that sauce has to become hard, an icy hard sauce, and then it's really beautiful, hard, glimmering pastry. So this is that kind of light. It's crispy. It's a hard and bright light all over the composition. It's impossible to reach that only with watercolor paint, because you have to spare out all these pieces. You have to show the paper, the white paper over there, and then you need a larger size to do this. So I use some gouache here and there.
vrees staat dat je persoonsgegevens altijd gescheiden moet houden.
So that was the first working outdoor experience after I think almost a year. With working I mean painting, right? So the first outdoor painting again after a year. I did it last year in summer as well. It's better to try to do it without wind, rain and changeable weather. It didn't feel right yet, although I'm really looking forward to do more of these sessions outside, but actually I felt like a beginner again. A beginner in a way that there was something in me hoping that it would become a good painting immediately. That's stupid. Hoping that you will make a very good painting in the way you did it almost a year ago, and then you never did it again, and then you have to find the right spot. I didn't find a good corner. I never paint this corner. It's too well, it's not interesting, and the light became too hard, so then I had to stop. Too hard in a way that the warm colors on the street and the houses became totally white, and the composition was too complex for this size. So I'm not going to show you what I did. I'm looking at it right now, and I must admit that this is not a bad painting. So honestly, I don't know why I gave up, but never mind. I made a picture when I was standing over there, so I could finish it in my studio, and I will. The composition is not good because I took a smaller piece of it because of the size of the paper that you can bring. Well, and it feels good that I made a beginning, and the weather forecast tell me that the weather will become better the coming weeks, so I will do more of this. The main reason why I choose this composition is maybe, well, not maybe, it was because of all these bicycles. The bicycles have become a problem for some parts like this in Amsterdam, because you can't walk, sometimes you can't even walk there. It's plenty with bikes. So there are several points where you can leave them, and there you are allowed to leave them. Here on the bridge, people leave them in a hurry, and there it's a mess. Sometimes you won't find it back, then the police took them and you have to pay to get it back. But I like that mess of bicycles. There is always a composition in it. Like that mess over here, that chaos on the table and under the window. You never can make a still life in that way when you are in doubt and thinking and making a nice composition. But leaving it as a mess, in my opinion, brings always a surprising, beautiful composition. After deciding how you will frame this. So we see this with walking people in the street, and I see it in bicycles. And this corner here with countless bicycles is very interesting. I want to paint it like the way I see it. And the way I see it is, I'm walking over here. I'm impressed by this large building over here with that shadow, and then the light that comes from the left. Hey, there is a man walking with a white cap, beautiful in that bright sunlight. There are lanterns. Whoa, countless of bicycles. Hey, this is really a nice classic. You know, it's that way of watching. So you don't count those bicycles. I mean, why should you paint it then while you are counting those bicycles and you're trying to paint all those steers on the right way? And they don't have to be perfect. They only have to be bicycles and countless. So what I do is I paint them as fast as I can, because that's how I see them, as fast as I can. I'm enjoying that morning in that part of town, and I see those bicycles and I think that's nice, and I just keep on walking. So I paint them as fast as I can, and then it's comparable to signing your signature, you know. That's the way to do it. And of course there is a chance that you waste it. But I take that chance because I prefer making a painting with the risk that I wasted above painting a composition without any risk. And then I know I will succeed in painting all those bicycles, but it will be so boring and so slowly and not honest to the way I have seen it. So I take that risk, and when I waste it, no problem. It's only a nice piece of paper. It has a backside, and I have more pieces of papers over there. So I take that risk, and most of the time it will succeed. It's not finished yet. I don't have, there's not any time left today to finish it, so that will be done after the weekend. And then I know what I will do. I will put some darker parts in it and some soft and hard reflections on it, and then I create depth. I was here last Tuesday again, together with Bas. Bas joined me here. Bas is the guy who helps me with those artist meeting artists videos. You never saw him because he's behind the camera, behind several cameras actually. And now Bas is working on a short documentary about my cityscapes, about my artworks. And he joined me last week here in town. He just sent me some beautiful shots. I will show them by now, so you can just see a little how it will look. It's beautiful, and you will hear me talk in my own language.
En dat gaat zo dik, gaat het hier zo de bocht om. Het komt hier zo heel mooi terug onderaan, alsof je, als je dit schildert, zo een handtekening zet. Zo, met een lijn zo onderin. Ja, dat geeft snelheid en iets spontaans. En zo kijk je ook, tenminste ik kijk zo. Ik kijk zo naar die drukte en dan zo, hup, wil je naar die rust naar beneden. En de schilderij moet moet dat laten zien. Gewoon de vaart van je blik. Je moet dat met je kwast eigenlijk zo volgen. En er moet een balans in. En dat vind ik wel door dat focuspunt waar de lijnen van het perspectief bij elkaar komen. Met die mooie vlakke wand hier plat aan de overkant. Al dat ritme, te veel van het goede. Wat weer balans vindt door de rust hier onder de straat. Want we staan aan een brug en daaronder wordt het helemaal donkerder, donkerder, donkerder. Er wordt gewoon een groot gapend gat wat niet dicht loopt. Want je hebt hier weer die mooie reflectie van de lucht. So that will become a beautiful video in my opinion. He will join me next week again here in the studio while I'm at work at those paintings of this corner again. And then I think in a few weeks, maybe 1 or 2 weeks, it will be on YouTube. There's more to see. The next member section video is posted, has been posted this week as well. It's about a new project of mine. I've been talking a little about it. It's about my new book. Not a book with all my artworks in it, but it's a written book. It's that book that will be about, well, I can't say it in 1 or 2 minutes, of course. I took more time for that in that special video. But what I can say maybe about it is it will be a book about that mysterious earlier phase before you know what to choose, how to paint it, use several skills and techniques. Because people are most of the time looking for skills and techniques and to learn how to make a painting, but we are actually more interested in unique artworks, and all of us, we are all unique. And I'm hoping to write a book to give an insight in how to find that essential part that all of us has, and this is an ability that make you choose the right skills, the right techniques, and the right way, the perfect way of making your paintings. It's hard to explain this in 1 minute, but I really took a lot of time to do it, and you can see this in the special member video of this week. I want to say thank you for those who already wrote a comment under it, because I'm grateful for every comment you give me, because this is a very early young project, and I know what I'm talking about, but it's a book for you, so you have to understand what I'm saying, and you can ask me several questions now that I can answer in the book. So check it out. Thank you for that. And now it's time for the weekend. Enjoy it, and I'll see you next week.